After talking to a couple of investors the last few days, I was asking them pretty much a survey that I asked a lot of investors, like, hey, what's important to you? Like, as it relates to investing your money long term. And the number one thing that they said was the consistencies of their return. Like, I don't know if that's you, but like when you think about investing your money in a deal, right? Multifamily real estate, long term, 7 to 10 years, what are you really looking for? Aside from trust and transparency and all these other things, is it consistency? Because the reason why I bring that up is because one of the guys I just talked to on our office hours calls, he was talking about the ups and downs of the stock market. How you can't really control that, right? So they have a family thing and they're thinking about investing, and that was their big thing. It was like we need consistency in our investments. We want to be able to invest long term and not be able to. We don't need to look back, right? And the stock market can't do that. And the other investor I was talking to, she was saying the same stuff. She was like, well, we don't want the ups and downs. We want to invest long term. And without the ups and downs of like what's going to happen, we really are looking for some consistency in our investments, like while we're working hard on our business. And when you think about your own investments, you're like, hey, look, like the reason why you would ever invest money long term. Let's say you have money in a retirement account, a 401k or IRA, and you were to shift that money over into real estate. You want to know, right? Like that's why I like real estate better as an investment vehicle to be able to park money, right? We have a fund. We deal with investors. I have a fiduciary responsibility for their money. And the best way I know how to make sure that there's some consistency happening, and it's also a really conservative investment, is through real estate, multifamily real estate to be specific. And we have our own investment priorities. Like when I'm looking at a deal, number one thing we're looking for is don't lose money, right? And when you're responsible for money and you want consistency, the first level of consistency is not to lose what you invested, right? A lot of people play that game. That's fine. They have the ups and downs. They have a little bit more risk tolerance. But when you make the decision to be responsible for somebody else's money, whether that's retirement, whether that's just an investment that they're making, not losing that money becomes priority number one, right? So number one thing for us is will they still lose money based on what it's done in the past or the location? Is it a tough location? Is it an A location? Is it an A class property? Like that's what we're looking for. I want to be in an A location. I can do a B property, but the location has to be like a 10, even if we pay more for it. So the next thing that we're looking for, as always, is passive income. And when I'm talking about passive income, now I'm talking about to our investors. There's the consistency that they're looking for. Like when we talk about cash flow, a lot of people get cash flow a little bit confused, right? So, but when we're thinking about that, I'm thinking about income minus the expenses, and it pays for the debt. And then after what's left over after the debt goes to our investors and it pays that. That's cash flow that when I'm looking for. So if that deal won't do that, we're probably not going to be interested in it. That needs to be conservatively and consistently be able to actually go up over time, right? So that's also important to me is like, will this property get a lift based on inflation, based on rents constantly going up, without us having to push on it all the time? Will it give us what we need to make sure, one, we don't lose money, and then two, it has the cash flow to be able to take care of our investors? Because even my investors that are like, we don't care about it, cash flow as much. We make a lot of money in our businesses. We want what's next, which is the tax advantages. Still nice for them to get a check every month. They're like, ooh, got the check, man. That was nice. So the other thing that we look for naturally, which goes along the line of what the investors that I was talking to are looking for, that consistency piece, is the appreciation. Here's why. It's because when I was just talking to John about this on the call that we have, our office hour calls, he was talking about the consistencies and the inconsistencies of the stock market. Like if you invest in the stock market, buy that. Some days you're up, some days you're down, depending on where you're at. Or you may have a retirement account, which all retirement accounts are typically tied to mutual funds, ETFs, and all the other stuff. Yeah, ETFs. It's important to know that because if you're long and you're going to have these ups and downs, you can't control those things if it's tied to the stock market, mutual funds, things like that. But in real estate, you can, right? Last month, when the stock market dropped $10 trillion, I mean $6 trillion out of valuation across the board, real estate still kept trucking along, man. You can control that because people pay their rent every month. People are going to pay their rent. You're going to have your ups and downs, but you're not going to have the ups and downs of the stock market, bad headlines, wars, tariffs, President Trump talking to China, Tesla. I mean, there's only seven stocks holding up the stock market. If you remove those off of the S&P 500, there would only be a few stocks left. What, 493? Those 7 stocks actually outperformed the other 493 stocks on the market. That's crazy. And at least with real estate, commercial grade, institutional quality real estate, we understand that we can control the level of appreciation by increasing the income and making sure that we do a good job for our tenants, for our residents that live there, taking care of the people who work there, things like that. So if you're an investor, you want to ask those questions for yourself. It's like, what am I really looking for? If I'm going to invest long term, and what's the problem I'm trying to solve for? 9 times out of 10 is consistency. You don't want the drama in your investments. Other videos I've made, I always say, man, you got to know where you want to put your money. You got to know where you want your family's money. And for me, real estate's the best investment vehicle out of all the other ones you can be in. It's better than stocks. It's better than staying liquid in cash. It's better than just keeping it in a retirement account or 401k. It's better than Bitcoin to me. Bitcoin is highly volatile unless you have a stopper on your Bitcoin, which most people don't. It just goes up and down. It's better than your own business. You don't need 2 businesses. If you have an extra 100,000, 200,000, 300, or 50 grand, yeah, 50 grand, you could dump them in your business into marketing, but you don't need 2 businesses. You want your business to be able to generate income and revenue, and then you want to take the additional and you want to put that into something that cash flows consistently, like real estate, where you can get the benefits of those things, which is what I talked about. Did I miss one? Taxes, the tax advantages. Real estate, and I talked about this with the investors because this was one of theirs, but they really want that consistency. The tax advantages that real estate gives its investors is one of the best vehicles that deliver the best tax advantages on the planet, hands down for any other asset class known to man. So, anyways, you want to ask yourself those questions like, what is it that you're looking for? What are you trying to solve when you think about investing money right now, right? If you're a business owner, you're an entrepreneur, you're a professional, you make a lot of money, like what's important to you? If you're going to take your money, your hard-earned money, and you're going to invest it in a place, you shouldn't need to depend on Wall Street for your retirement in the future, which is what I'm trying to help people solve for with Bell Capital, is give people another place to move their money, another option where you can get into real estate without just going into a REIT, which is also Wall Street, because then you don't really own any real estate, you own stocks. For the type of assets we are going after and looking at, we're going to be your best bet. That's what I want to do. I want to help a lot of people do that, including yourself. So if you have any questions for me, let me know. Leave me a comment. Share this video, like the video, comment on it. But I really like to hear, like, what is the things you're trying to look for? What's the biggest problem you have with investing money, concern you have? And I would love to talk about that or make a video on it or talk to you directly. You can go to bell-capital.com. You can hit schedule a call, take a 5-minute call, talk to you about what you're going through and answer any questions. Totally transparent. Love to share with you what we're working on. Or you can hit get started and it'll take you to the investor portal. You can register your account there. You don't have to invest, but you can definitely take a look at what we're working on. You can see our open fund, the documents. You got to be accredited. You got to have a good attitude. You got to already love real estate. We're here for you for that. And we're here to help you get started with your investment if you want to, but continue to follow us, learn. I'm here. I'll be here forever doing just this with you and sharing as much information as I can to actually help you learn more about the investment side of being in real estate. All right. So, yeah. So I'll talk to you guys soon. Let me know if you need anything, but I did want to share. This is the number one thing that I talk to investors about. What is the number one thing that's most important to them as it relates to investing their money? And that thing is consistency. They want consistency in their stuff. All right. We do too. All right. But I'm here for you. Let us know. Have a great day today. Boom. Are you an accredited investor with 300,000 or more liquid in the bank? I want you to come and partner with me. Look, if you love real estate, passive income, and positive cash flow, appreciation over long periods of time, and you're willing to be patient, come invest with me. Go to bell-capital.com. This is for accredited investors with 300,000 or more in the bank, ready to go. Come invest with me. Go to bell-capital.com.